In the rain or the snow, I've got the funky flow. Yo. Okay, so if anyone actually knows where that little song I just sung came from, leave it in the comments. And if the first person to leave in the comment, I'll actually respond to you. I'll actually respond to you. That's your reward. I'll actually give you a response. If you can name the song, or you can just put it in the chat. If you can name the song that I just sung, like that little excerpt from the song that I just sung, like where it came from, I'll actually respond to you. Assuming I see your comment first. So today we're going to be discussing welfare to homelessness. Homeless white women will regret feminism. This is a response to Jeff4Justice. And again, it's not only going to affect white women, it's going to affect Hispanic women, it's going to affect black women. Keep in mind that Hispanic women are actually listed as white on birth certificates, hence why I'm going to be discussing a Hispanic woman today, but again, it's still titled white women. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the video. And, this is getting kind of sad. It's starting to get a little bit sad. But hey, I'm not responsible. You're not responsible.
I'm Jeff4Justice, and every time I start to record, there's always some noisy truck that will drive by me. And but anyway, I'm here in Carson, California. I'm in a parking lot, and I found a nice lady who's going to tell us a little bit about her situation of living in her vehicle. She's kind enough to share her story. So can you tell us your name? How long have you been living in the vehicle, and why do you stay in this location?
Hi, my name is Evelyn Breeding, and I stay in Carson. Just trying to stay away from troubles in Long Beach.
Long Beach. What's trouble there?
Oh, too much activities that I don't want to be in.
Yes.
I have enough problem of my own.
How long have you been living out of the vehicle?
A month.
1 month? Okay. And you have two vehicles here. You have the RV kind of vehicle. What is that, an RV or a van camper? What do you call that?
Looks like a van camper to me.
Okay, and then you have a van besides that. Are you by yourself, or do you have family?
Just by myself.
How did you decide you're going to park in this parking lot?
It's too far away from Long Beach people to walk, and Carson here is nice. No problem.
Did you drive by and you saw other people, or did you know a lot of people were here already?
No, I don't know anybody, but I seen trucks and RVs. So I said, let me do the same parking here.
Sometimes when I talk to people, they're afraid because, sometimes people are afraid of strangers, and especially you're a lady by yourself. So I appreciate that you were willing to talk to me. Are you scared out here by yourself, or do you feel like you're okay?
I'm not scared at all.
Okay, good. Well, you do have some neighbors here, so sometimes I say, get to know your neighbors. That way you're kind of like a community and look out for each other. You said you're not getting any money, no social services, no food stamps, no welfare. Are you on unemployment or anything?
Well, my unemployment is already finished. I guess they just stopped it for, I don't know what reason, but I'm looking for work.
You told me about trying to get on food stamps, and they said that your vehicles are worth too much, so you didn't qualify for that. I mean, so how are you surviving? I mean, do you have some savings, or do you panhandle, or family helping you?
I had savings, but it's finished now. That's why I'm thinking to go to GR, but
right. So I say reapply. Hopefully you can get on the GR program. And this is why we need an adopt a homeless person. You don't have to be a part of a nonprofit group. You don't have to be a special person. You can.
Did you just hear this guy talking about adopt a homeless person? Oh gosh. This is the future we're headed in. Adopt a homeless woman. Give a homeless woman a good home today. Guys, could you imagine being this age and homeless? Like, seriously, millennials, if you're listening right now, get your shit together. Get your shit together. You don't want to be an old homeless person, okay? It's cold. It's cold outside. You don't want to live on the streets. You don't want to shit on the streets at nighttime. If you're listening, guys, you don't want that. Okay? Get your shit together. Homelessness isn't fun. And a lot of these women are going to end up homeless. Look at this woman. She's at least in her 50s, maybe her 60s. She's looking for work. She can't find, she's unable to find food. So she doesn't qualify for food stamps. She doesn't qualify for food stamps. She doesn't qualify for a lot of things. She's homeless. She's hungry. And she's struggling. I mean, come on. No one wants to live like that. And this is at her age. And she doesn't have anything. Millennial women are the most underprepared generation of women in history. They need safe spaces. They literally can't make basic decisions. You're telling me that a generation of women who are completely narcissistic, materialistic, can't do anything on their own, is going to somehow survive without government entitlements and government handouts that these women have been enjoying for generations and they're still finding themselves screwed with? I've said it already. We're going to have multitudes of homeless women on the streets. Young homeless women are going to line the streets. Women in their late 20s, 30s, 40s, they are going to line the streets off as government entitlements dry up. And I'm going to tell you this right now. As shit hits the fan, women who have jobs are not going to want to pay entitlements to take these women off the streets. They're going to say, oh, let the men do it. But as men are dropping out of the workforce and as more women begin to outnumber men in the actual workforce itself, you're going to literally see women saying, well, we don't want to pay entitlements for these other women. Let them live on the streets. They should go find a husband. Let a man take care of them. Why should my money have to go to pay for some woman who doesn't want to work? Guys, all the bullshit is going to literally collapse. When it comes down to women paying entitlements for other women, they're not going to do it. Women only care about entitlements when men are flipping the bill. But when women have to pay for the luxuries for another woman, when a woman has to pay so another woman doesn't work, they will go ballistic. They will say, leave those women on the street. They will step over them. Okay? Kindness is something that men do. Women don't have that type of kindness. They will watch other women die while they protect their resources so they can use it to buy endless amounts of junk. And I'm telling you, you're going to see more. There's going to be multitudes of millennial homeless women lining the streets off. And we're going to have FEMA camps because it's going to be that bad. I grew up in New York City, so I know what it looks like when you have multitudes of homeless people all over the place. I grew up in the 1980s in New York. And back in those days, I still call them Dinkin days because we used to have this mayor named Mayor Dinkin, and he just sat there and did nothing. And we had homeless people everywhere. Things didn't get better in New York until we had got a guy named Mayor Giuliani. And he basically, got rid of all the homeless, and he did some shady things, but he got the job done. He got the job done. And we're going to literally have FEMA camps of women, and they're going to smell horrible. Horrible. They're going to have FEMA camps filled with women, and there are going to be people talking about the horrible situations. Guys, do you see feminists helping any homeless women? You have them petitioning the government saying, more entitlements, give women more entitlements, blah, blah, blah. You don't see these women trying to help other homeless women. You don't see feminists trying to help homeless women or women who are being devastated even in the United States. They're arguing about they want equal pay for top executives in companies. They don't give a damn about the average woman. And it's going to be hilarious because it's going to be the average woman who makes up the vast majority of the population that is suffering. And feminism is going to be a laughing stock. I'm telling you guys, women are going to, specifically millennial women are going to they are going to mourn over feminism. They are going to hate feminism for generations. Okay? They are going to have a hatred towards feminism for generations as they find society completely fucked, them unable to survive. When hunger sets in, that's when shit really hits the fan. Hunger is nothing to joke about. Hunger is a bitch. Hunger is a bitch.
can just go out in your own community, find somebody in need, and you say, hey, I'm going to give you a ride to go to the library and look for jobs, or to the unemployment and go look for jobs, or I'll just take you to some places and you can drop off your application and resume.
Is this guy out of his fucking mind? Adopt a homeless person? I'm going to allow a homeless person. First off, when I was homeless, I smelled bad for a while. There were times when I stunk. I wouldn't want me in your car. Like these days, I'm clean. I've got clean clothes. I've got food. But back when I was homeless, I was a hardcore homeless man. I wouldn't want me in my car. You must be out of your crazy mind. Going around picking up a random homeless person? Is this guy out of his fucking mind? Seriously.
How do you eat then? How are you getting by? Do you go to any churches or friends, or what happened?
Yeah, sometimes I go to like food bank. They give me canned foods. Go to a friend, say, hey, I'm hungry.
Where's your friends and family? How come you're not staying with any friends or family?
Actually, family, I don't have any. I have one daughter, that's it. And
can she take you in?
No, she's having enough problem of herself.
Yeah.
I don't want to give her anymore.
What about the church? There's a church right next door to where we...
So she has a daughter, and he asked her, "Can your daughter take you in?" And she goes, "No, she has enough problems of her own." I mean, there you have it. I don't know, guys. I honestly don't know. I don't know. I'm looking at the situation. I'm thinking to myself, feminism is like such a train wreck. And he says, "Can't your daughter take you in?" If it was a son, most sons would not leave their mothers on the streets. Although there are some. When I was homeless, there were a number of kids who let their parents be homeless. And they let it happen because they hated their parents. A lot of people, like parents who were like did really fucked up things to their kids, ruined their kids' lives. A lot of those parents, they ended up homeless in old age, and their kids leave them on the streets. A nursing home, they wish they could have a nice nursing home. They're elderly and they are living on the streets. They're living on the streets and there's no one to help them. And their kids don't give a damn. Their kids are leaving them there. There was this old homeless woman, and she said that her son owned like a McDonald's or a Burger King franchise. It was one of them. And he owned a franchise, and his mother was homeless. And they were saying that they were trying to reach out to him to see if he would help her. But the truth is that most of these kids, they know their parents are homeless. A lot of them know their parents are homeless. They don't give a damn. Because, after the things that have happened to me with my own mother and my father especially, and these people, I wouldn't help them. If I found out they were homeless and I could help them, I don't think I would. I would just leave them and just keep living, because they helped ruin my fucking life. All right? So fuck them. And, I have my former best friend, he said something. He said he learned in life you have to be good to your kids, because when you get old, if you are not good to your kids, they will let you die. I mean, there's some fucked up things that have happened where I saw a woman, like, she died and her kids wrote on her tombstone, "Here lies so-and-so. She was a horrible mother. She brutalized and mentally abused her children. And now she's dead and gone, and her children can finally begin to heal." They wrote that on her tombstone. So, I mean, you guys have to understand that a lot of people, they put themselves in this situation. A lot of women, they're not going to have children that are going to help them. They're going to have, that's another thing. Feminism has robbed women of even having children. So a lot of women in this generation, the millennial generation, they won't have children. They won't have husbands. They won't have children. They won't have anyone to help them. There are going to be so many millennial women who find themselves at 50 and completely devastated. I mean, it's going to happen sooner than that. We're talking, there's going to be lots of homeless millennial women very, very soon. But we're talking about, it's not going to end. Like, there's going to be tons of homeless millennial women at 50. And people are going to say, how did you end up here? How did this happen? and they're not going to have. They're basically going to blame feminism. They're going to blame feminism. They're going to blame everyone but themselves. They're going to, how long have you been homeless? I've been homeless for 20 years. There are going to be women who will be homeless for 20 years. They can blame Bush. They can blame Trump all they want. It won't make any difference. He'll probably be dead by that point. And those entitlements aren't coming back. Social Security will never be able to come back because there's just not enough money for it. It's literally living hand to mouth. And every single year, the deficit for Social Security will get greater and greater and greater. The whole program is running. The entire Social Security program will completely run out of money come 2034. 2034, Social Security will completely run out of money. And there's actually two Social Security funds. There's a Social Security Disability and Social Security for when people actually get old and retire. Both of those funds are completely running out of money. And like I said, come 2034, the entire fund will be gone. There will be no more Social Security fund. So this means from what I understand, from payroll taxes, they'll still be able to pay out around 75% of Social Security benefits just from yearly payroll taxes. But this is something that is unprecedented. Literally, there will be no Social Security fund, no fund to back up payroll. So as this amount begins to shrink, it will continue to shrink, and again, it'll be highly volatile. If you have a recession, Social Security benefits will completely vanish. Again, it's a foolish thing, and the Republicans are trying to just completely get rid of Social Security entirely right now. They're just trying to get rid of the entire program. They get rid of Social Security before that, and you're going to have tons of homeless seniors as well. You're going to have tons and tons of homeless seniors well before 2029, 2034. We're talking about in the next 4 or 5 years. If they get rid of Social Security within the next 10 years, if it happens in the next 10 years, there's going to be tons of homeless seniors on the streets. And to be very honest, a lot of people aren't going to care. Yeah.
There's a church right next door to where we are at. Do they do any help for you?
No, they chased me out here before. They chased me out.
The church chased you out?
Yeah.
Why do you think they chased you out?
They said,
and what time of day was it?
they need the parking for Sunday.
The church chased her out, saying they needed the parking for Sunday. There you go. See, churches are funny. You think that churches are there to help people. It's absolute bullshit. Churches are there for themselves, to make money for themselves.
Oh, okay. Well, it looks like they have another parking lot across the street, so I don't know what's up with that. How do you think you're going to get out of this situation? Are you optimistic? Are you fear? Are you worried? Are you hopeful?
Well, right now, I don't really know. I'm looking for work.
Have you been in this situation before?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you're a survivor.
Yes.
Now, why do you have two vehicles? Because doesn't it cost a lot of gas money?
Oh, yes, it does, because it's so uncomfortable in the van, and I got a lot of things in there. And when I had my savings from unemployment, that's why I bought the RV.
Oh, well, why don't you get rid of one or the other?
That's what I'm gonna do. But
yeah, has anybody ever come out here and done any kind of homeless outreach? I mean, I gave you some list of resources. I say call me and I'll help you look up some more information if you need more information. Has anybody ever come out here and done any outreach to you?
No, you're the first time.
That's absurd. I mean, the churches should be coming here. They should, if they see that you're here, and instead of chase them off, it's like a big church building right across the street. But they should be helping people, not chasing people off. Has anybody ever harassed you, or any police or anything like that besides the church?
Yeah, the police before, but then they told me, okay, just be careful, go back inside. He wants to come inside the RV, and I says no.
Good. No, I do not consent to search.
Yeah.
Good for you. Do you have anything that you want to tell America about being kind, helpful, and empathetic to people who are homeless in your shoes?
Yeah, I wish, they know that we're having a hard time, kinda offer.
Yes.
But then no one ever offer me. That's why I says, what kind is this, if I am in this situation, I was saying, hey, I've been noticing you that you've been, like, are you staying in your van? Do you need help? Are you thirsty or anything? But no one does approach anything.
Okay, so you heard what she just said. People don't do outreach. So come on, people. Even like me, I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of resources, but I still come out and try to do what I can.
I'll give this guy credit. You don't see any women out here. Like, it's funny. Like, do you notice that it's always a guy out there trying to help the homeless? It's always a man. It's always a white guy. I gotta put it out there. It's always a white guy trying to help homeless people, trying to help people who are less disadvantaged. You don't see any. You don't see any women out there. How often do you see a white woman going out there, the feminists who are talking about pain and suffering? How often do you see them doing anything to actually help anyone else? I mean, even if you look at these videos, you don't see feminists anywhere. You do not see feminists anywhere. Like, when you see these women suffering, living in vans, well, you see all this bad stuff happening to them. Where are the feminists? They're nowhere to be found. They're nowhere to be found. Guys, you gotta realize that feminism has been always about hypocrisy. It's always hypocrisy, and this is what women are going to look forward to. They're going to get to look forward to a life living in vehicles, a life being homeless, a life of misery, pain, and suffering because of what feminism has done to them. Look at the age of this woman and realize that she has nothing. She has no savings. She has nothing left. Millennial women won't even have that much. I mean, they won't even have a van to sleep in. Most of them will be just simply homeless on the road, sleeping on the streets in FEMA camps. And again, FEMA camps is going to be as good as it gets.
Some flyers, hand out some information. I have a sheet that I hand out. I'll include it in the links. It tells them how to get the government subsidized phone, how to get cheap auto insurance, how to get glasses, how to apply for the...
I just want to say something about the government subsidized phone. Word on the street is that that Trump is going to be replacing. The word on the street is that Trump is going to be replacing the Obama phones with work boots.
welfare and GR programs, how to get guest passes for gyms so you can go take a shower, how to get a hotel voucher from different clinics and things like that. So you got to get out and help people. But anyway, all right, well, I really appreciate you opening up and sharing your story. It's very brave of you because so many people are afraid to talk. But I want people to know that, you're out looking for work. You want to get self-sufficient, so, you don't want to be in this situation. So anything else you can think that you want to tell anybody?
That's what I want to do before, whenever I get over this, like, if I'm in their situation, I will help. But that's why I'm finished. I don't have any more money because...
we have this chick named Sabella Shepherd. Sabella's about 30 years old. She's one of the meanest bitches you'll ever meet in your entire life. Like, she is just terrible. And, I mean, she doesn't like women. And I'm looking at the comments she said in the comment section. She says, at least I'm upfront about how much I don't care about these whores. If they got kids, drop them off. We'll give them a great life. They'll have 2 parents and everything they could ever want. So she can't have children, but she's willing to take the kids of someone else. But she doesn't give a damn about homeless women. Like I said, women don't care about women. Women really don't. At least Chabelle is honest about it, because women in general don't give a damn about other women. They will watch another woman die. It's men who care about other women. And, if you've ever watched Staying Free MGTOW, he makes a great point. He says that when the fall comes, you're going to have women trying to get other women to help them. They're going to be knocking on the doors of other women who've prepped, and they're going to say, hey, Mrs. Jordan, I am here with my load of kids. You're a woman. You know what it's like too. Come on, help me. Women are going to do the same things to other women that they're doing to men, and they're going to try to appeal to the fact that they're women. Like, come on, you're a woman. You know what it's like to suffer. Oh my gosh, like, seriously. Ugh.
Instead of helping me, they're the one who's asking for help.
Yeah.
So I work for free labor.
Yeah.
But then they should think that I need food too. I'm hungry.
I've done a lot of security work, and to do security work in California, you have to have a valid California guard card. My friend here has also done security work, but she doesn't have a valid guard card because you have to pay a $60 fee to keep your guard card current every year. So her guard card is not current. And what do you need to do? Just re-register it?
Apply for a new one. Start all over again, and I need all kinds, like they want my passport, and they want my
do you have the passport and stuff?
No, somebody steal everything I got.
So you got to get your government
ID
documents. Okay, well, if anybody can help her pay the fee of her documents and the fee of getting a guard card, look up the information, California guard card, and please donate that, because if she can get her California guard card, she can get a job, because security jobs are usually a little easier to get even in a bad economy. So if she can get her guard card, we can get her off of this situation.
Alright, so why the hell do I feel nauseous? Okay, so to work in security, because when I first left college and I couldn't get a job, I ended up having to work a security job. I did. And I did it for a little while. Not very long, but I did security for like 2 months, 3 months, if that. Just to get a security license, my friends. Just to get a security license or certificate, it costs a couple $100. Because you have to pay for the card, plus you also have to pay for the classes. So to make security often pays minimum wage. But just to get a job working in security, and first off, it doesn't guarantee you're going to get a lot of hours, because there's different companies out there. And usually they want someone with experience. But just to get a job working in security, you have to actually have the card, which you have to pay for. Sometimes there's this thing called a fire guard license as well, fire guard. A lot of times you have to have that as well. It's something that has to do with the fire department. In other words, you're trained in how to handle if like a fire happens or some crap. Being able to let the fire department in. Because, for example, if you're working in a building, you should be able to let the fire department in so that they could assess the situation and whatever. So you have to take a test for all of this stuff too. Yeah. So to become a security guard in most states, you have to go to a class. You have to pay for the class. It's not typically just one day. Sometimes it's multiple days. You have to take the test. Yeah, there's a test. And then you have to pay for the you have to pay for the card fees. Plus, like I said, some places you have to have a fire guard. So when you pay for all the fees to become a security guard, a lot of times you end up spending about $500. It's not untypical to spend about $500. No matter what, you are always going to spend at least a couple $100s to become a security guard. So it's absolute bullshit that, I'm just going to go get off the street and I'm going to become a security guard. It's not that easy. And then even once you become a security guard, you may not even be able to get full-time hours, because they don't want to give anyone full-time hours, because if they give you full-time hours, then they have to pay you benefits. So they basically give you a few hours here and there. They'll give you 30, if you're lucky, you'll get 30, 35 hours, if you're lucky. But a lot of the time, you'll get more like 20 to 25 hours. Being really honest with you guys. This whole nonsense, I want to become a security guard, and you're going to be earning minimum wage. So you're going to be earning the same amount of money that someone at McDonald's earns, except that you had to put a lot more time and effort into just getting that minimum wage job, where you're barely able to get a decent number of hours. Do you really think also that women are going to be able to get these security jobs? The vast majority of security jobs are going to go to men. Because you actually have to be able to stop people. You actually have to be able to use force. Women are so fucked in the coming years. They are so fucked because of feminism and they don't even realize it. It's like a deer in headlights, just like steering at the headlights. They don't even realize they're about to be killed by the car, like the car's about to come and run them over.
Of being in poverty, and then hopefully the path back to being housed. So friends, I'm making an appeal to you. She'll give me her contact information off camera, and if you follow up with me, I'll help you get in touch with her. She has a friend in Long Beach who does her mailing address for her, and of course if you're donating cash, you can do a money order or something to that effect. So, or
put it in Wells Fargo.
Right. Okay. So well, please, I'm making an appeal out there. If we get this lady back with a guard card, I tell you folks, she will get a job. Because look at her, she's nice, she's competent, you know. So you're a very nice lady, and I bet you, we get a guard card for her, she will be back employed. And so, you know, let's get her a guard card.
And if you guys can donate money for me so I can get off the street, and I guarantee you guys I will help. You know, like how I've been helped too.
Yes,
you can put it in Wells Fargo.
And look at Evelyn.
Say my name.
Okay. And look at Evelyn, by the way. She's not a homo stereotype. I mean, you look like a normal, decent person. You're not crazy. You're not lazy. You're not on drug addicted. I mean, I can just tell from talking from you. You're a normal, sane, competent person, right?
Yes, I'm nice.
Yes. So, I mean, let's get her a guard card. Let's get her back on work. And you know, the church here should be helping with that kind of thing. So, anyway, Evelyn, I really appreciate your story. I got to kind of get down here to be level to level with you. The double chin reducer, if I get to you up there. But anyway, so you're just a really nice, sweet person. I hope that you get out of this. And by the way, people, when I make these videos, everybody says, don't wake up, people. Please tell everybody I did not wake you up. You were already awake, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm so stressed. So what I'm doing, I was cleaning the RV because...
So he said that he wants people to know that he did not wake her up. She's explaining that she was so stressed from living on the street. She's so stressed from being homeless that she just started cleaning the RV. She's that stressed from being homeless. Guys, homelessness is not a fucking joke. I talk about it all the time. You know, I have these women coming to my videos saying, how dare you laugh at these people? But when I hear someone say something as dumb as homelessness isn't so bad, I love it. I love living in my car. I absolutely love it. It's wonderful. It's, you know, when I hear these people saying these things, when I hear these women talking like this, talking about how great their homelessness is, I laugh at them because I've been there and I realize that they're so full of shit. And if you're going to sit there and make this type of crap up and act like homelessness is wonderful, living in a car is incredible, you love shitting in a bucket, you know what? I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to laugh at you because you sound like a crazy person. You sound like an absolute crazy person. And you know what? You should be ashamed. Like, you should. I'm not saying you should shame people because they're homeless, but when people start talking about homelessness as a wonderful thing, this is a great way to live, van living, car living is incredible, then I say shame them. Joy of Sorrow says, Angry MGTOW, there are women security guards. If you look at a guard study book confrontation, it's not advice is due to legal issues. It's all about reporting. I agree with what Joy is saying. You know, there's a lot of female security guards out there. There's a lot of women who can get into security. But again, it's going to be something that men typically go for. A lot of women are not going to like the idea of going into security. And if you say that there's not genderism or bias in it, that's a complete lie. But typically, people would rather hire a man to do security because people are going to feel safer if a man is there. That's the honest truth. Women are going to feel safer if a male security guard. You hire a security guard, you want a man. Let's be very, very, very honest. There's always going to be, when it comes to those type of fields, especially security, people are going to want a man over a woman. You know, watch and report, people are always going to want a man. A man is always the premium. Sofan Bun says, I'd live in a cabin, not homeless. Homelessness is miserable. It's a miserable, filthy way of living. There's one guy who says that Angry MGTOW, the homeless girls living in their cars are fake. It's strictly for views. These guys, no, these girls are homeless. There's a lot of these chicks who are homeless. Some of them are not homeless anymore, but many of them have been homeless. If you listen to the stories, they really have been homeless, but they were just so full of shit. Like, there are videos showing it. Like, it's shocking. A lot of guys simply can't believe that these girls are actually homeless, which is ridiculous. Because you're like, oh, she's too pretty to be homeless. And I keep telling you guys, no, homelessness can happen to anyone. I show you video after video of these homeless women, and so many of you guys say that they can't be homeless. There's no way a pretty girl like this could ever be homeless. She can just trade sex to some guy. There are some of them who have been doing it, actually, but it doesn't work for all of them. A lot of women don't have that option, won't have that option to trade sex for a place to stay. Or some of them, there was one girl who kept on doing it. I made a video on her, and she basically ran out of places to stay, and so she ended up having to sleep in her car. I mean, it's honest to goodness truth. You know, Defiled Divinity points out, I don't even feel safe around female cops. No one does. That's the honest to goodness truth. No, a female cop, no one feels safe around a female cop. You, especially in a very serious situation, you're going to have to protect yourself and then protect her also. Let's be realistic. When it comes to serve and protect, you want a man. You want a man. Just, I mean, you know, this whole notion of, oh, well, women can work security too. You go to a place where a woman's works security and she's always working with men. And it's usually not one man, it's with a number of men. Okay? The very idea of women holding down a security field, holding down, protecting, that's a complete joke. How many women, female police officers are assaulted and even killed on the job because they're dealing with assailants that they cannot handle and cannot tackle? You've got to be kidding me.
When I moved it, everything fell down.
Oh.
And
so you need some
came at the
bungee
right
cords.
time. I'm still awake and I just finished.
And it's late at night. It's a late Saturday night. So that's our Saturday night, cleaning up the RV. Well, anyway, Evelyn, thank you so much for sharing your story. It's really brave of you. I do want America to realize this is normal middle-class Americans who are looking for work, and we need help. So please help Evelyn, and keep in touch with us, Evelyn. Give us an update. I hope that 6 months, a year from now, you're in housing or some way out of poverty.
Yeah, I have a Facebook too if they wanna.
Okay, send us the link.
Yeah, Evelyn Breeding at, you know.
I mean, guys, he referred to her as middle class. You mean what he means is the formerly middle class, because the middle class is gone in America. The middle class is gone. There's no middle class anymore. There's the rich and then there's the poor. That's how it works in America these days. And more people are going to be joining the ranks of the poor. I was looking at an article today that said, it was saying that the number of people applying for unemployment benefits are the number of people reportedly jobless has fallen to the lowest level since the 1970s. And I'm like thinking to myself, it was on Reuters this morning, and I'm thinking to myself, my gosh, these people are so fucking horrible. They are so horrible. It is frightening how dishonest these people are, because the reason why jobless benefits and the people looking for work has fallen to the lowest level since the 1970s is because so many people continue to drop out of the workforce. We have, I mean, like, you have the largest number of people that have dropped out of the workforce in generations. Something like 95 million Americans are not working right now. 95 million Americans. I mean, like, you've got to be kidding me. And then they basically call that success. People who drop out of the workforce and stop looking for work, people who give up on finding jobs, they call that success. When people give up and stop looking for work, they say, oh, see, now there's fewer people needing jobs. See, so that means, so it automatically looks like there's more jobs as the people available to work in these job markets begins to get tighter. And they call that success. Under the Democrats call that success. I tell you guys, it's just downright fucking insane what's happening and how sickening this government is. I mean, Trump talked about it, that the real unemployment rate was something like 15, maybe even 20%. It's a ridiculously high unemployment rate. The real unemployment rate is at least 13%. It's not 4.8%. It's a ridiculously high number as more and more people continue to drop out of the workforce. There are just not enough jobs, and there's been stagnant wage growth. Wage growth has been miserable for generations, for years now. And it continues to get worse. And look at this. This is an older woman. She's at least in her 50s, maybe her 60s. And this is the way she is living. This is the way she's living. And a lot of people are going to live this way. But a lot of women, millennial women, they don't have vans. They don't have savings. They have no resources. When shit hits the fan, they're going to be homeless. Many of them will try to find a man to take care of them. Many of them won't be able to find a man, because you have to remember that a lot of beta male millennials, men, are absolutely worthless these days. And they're not going to be able to provide for these women, and many of them won't want to.
At yahoo.com.
All right, excellent. All right, so there you have it. We'll include the link and the email in the show notes so people can get in touch with Evelyn. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
So yeah, we just finished watching that, and I keep on trying to explain that shit's gonna hit the fan, and women don't have a lot of options going forward. They've priced themselves out of the job market. They've priced themselves out of the reproductive market. They've priced themselves out of the economy. And as men choose to have literally little to or nothing to do with them, they're gonna find themselves homeless. They're going to find themselves homeless. They're going to find themselves in FEMA camps. They're going to find themselves with fewer options and in between. And no one's going to feel sorry for these women because they did it to themselves. They brought this on themselves. And now they're going to have to lay in the beds that they made for themselves. Welcome to the new America. Welcome to the new way of things. Welcome to the new way of life. Feminism has been destructive. Feminism has been downright evil, sickening, and guess what? Now women are going to end up paying for that. They're going to end up paying with their futures. I mean, again, they're going to wish they can go back to the 1960s, 1950s housewives, and that option won't be there anymore. They won't be able to go back to I Love Lucy and to Leave It to Beaver. There won't be that. They won't have children to take care of and to nurture. They won't have any of that. And the ones who actually still have jobs, they'll have to keep working until the day they die. That's the future for women. That's the future that they've created for themselves, and no one's going to feel sorry for them. Women basically price themselves out of society. The government's done with them, and men don't want to have relationships with them anymore. An increasing number of men are laughing and saying, "Ha! It's no longer worth it. The juice is no longer worth the squeeze." Women think men will always need sex. Men are realizing sex is not worth it anymore. You can go to, and it's only getting worse. The system is only making it even worse for men. So men are increasingly saying, you know what? We don't even want to have anything to do with you, ladies. We don't have anything to do with you. We don't have anything to do with your relationships. We don't need sex from you. We don't need pussy. Pussy is the worst thing right now. In times of hardship, the birth rate typically goes down. It doesn't go up, it goes down. I want to know if you guys agree that white women will regret feminism. They're going to regret feminism for generations. They're going to scorn feminism for generations. That's the word I was looking for, scorn. They're going to scorn feminism for generations. I mean, they're going to go from welfare to homelessness, Section 8 to homelessness, food stamps to starving. It's the honest truth. In the video, the woman could not even qualify for food stamps because her vehicles were worth too much money. Her vehicles were worth too much money. Now, you know, it's her fault for actually disclosing that she had the vehicles. If she had not disclosed that she owned the vehicles, then she would have qualified for food stamps. People often get themselves in bad situations because they run their mouths. If she had just said, "I don't have any money, I don't have any vehicles, I don't have anywhere to live," then she would have been better off. If she had just said, but just the fact that she said that she had the vans, that's what put her in that situation. Many young women are not going to have any options, though, because Trump is cutting all of that. And it's funny because all these women are attacking Trump and going after him now, and the feminists think that they're going to stop it, and their women's march and all the other crap, when in reality, the shit hasn't even hit the fan yet. He hasn't even cut the programs yet. I'll tell you the reason why a lot of this stuff hasn't happened yet, because of the confirmations. Ben Carson hasn't been confirmed yet. He's the new head of HUD, and he'll be cutting all of those programs, Section 8, all of that. The Democrats are trying to stall for as long as they possibly can on the confirmations. They are trying to hold off for as long as they possibly can on allowing him to confirm people, because as soon as he has his cabinet in order, he can start cutting all these entitlement programs left and right. And it's going to start happening within over the next year. Once he has people in, they're going to start moving quickly to cut all these entitlement programs, and it's going to be beautiful. So guys, save your money. MGTOW, go your own way, because women have literally priced themselves out of the economy, out of the sexual and reproductive market. They price themselves out of everything. They're going to find themselves homeless. They're going to be female camps literally loaded with homeless women. It's going to smell really bad in there. No one's going to go in there. You're going to have Oprah Winfrey talking about the horrible situation way that these women are living. The government needs to do something, and it's going to be hilarious when the government says, we are broke. We are broke. Because if people don't get it, the government is broke right now. I also want to remind you guys that I make about 3 videos a day, plus bonus videos, up to 8 videos sometimes. So do consider going over to my YouTube homepage, becoming a Patreon. You can become a Patreon for as little as $5. You can actually, and it just allows you to make a recurring donation every single month. You can even make a Patreon contribution using PayPal. But again, you would actually go to Patreon, and then PayPal would be a payment option. So please consider becoming a Patreon. You can find the link to it in my YouTube homepage, or you can also find a link to my Patreon in the description of this video. So please consider becoming a Patreon. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and never miss another video from Angry MGTOW ever again by enabling notifications. Just click on the notification button right below any of my videos next to the subscribe button. You'll see a pop-up that says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box, hit save. If you've already done it, you don't have to do it again. When you do this, you'll always receive a notification whenever I'm live streaming or whenever I put out a new video. So never miss another notification. Again, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MGTOW or death. And cheers. Cheers, 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 cheers. Cheers.